So we're ready to go for the live action. We've got a lot of Call of Duty mobile news, and as usual, we've got Calebson on board to do justice for that. I mean, there's a lot going on everywhere in Africa, around the world, and in Europe as well. So we're about to delve into that. Calebson, you're welcome once again. There's a lot going on with the UCE. I'm hearing PDX and NRW International have qualified for the quarterfinals from Group A. Ace is also doing well. Just give us the gist surrounding the UCE that have already begun.
All right, as we know, we've been talking about the UCE for a very long time, since the tournament began, and teams have been performing very well. This is the point whereby we are having the playoffs at the group stages, and the groups are very tight. I mean, within every group, we have best of two or best of three of teams in there. So with Group A, PDX and then NRW International has already qualified for the quarterfinals. They've won all their games, so theirs is just to know who comes first or second on the table when they play themselves later in the week. But then they have secured a spot for the quarterfinals in the UCE. Now, we had Ace, which is one of the best Europe teams that we have, being pushed by the African organization Ace Gamers. They are doing absolutely amazing well, and they've also picked a slot for the quarterfinals as well after winning their games against Marvin Esports. So it was a cracker. I mean, everyone is looking out for the best of place, and these three teams has already picked a slot for the next stages of the game.
Impressive. I was following a little bit of the Union of Call of Duty events on X, and I saw he's doing extremely well. But still staying with UC, I'm hearing Monarch is also doing extremely well. They've also merged with another esports team. Tell us all about what Monarch is doing these days.
All right. So in the Group D, in the UCE, we have Monarchs and Exclusive over there. We know Exclusive is one of the best teams in the European region. They are top tier 1 team. They've been top 1, top 2 when we are talking about Call of Duty Mobile in the European scene. And surprisingly, Monarch was able to to win them in the UCE events that they played in their Group D slot that they played. I mean, it was the talk of the night because everyone thought that Exclusive was going to take a walk in the park, and then that is it. But then Monarch was able to show them the prowess of Africa gaming with their main player, Ben Dean, who played as Ben. I mean, that guy was on fire. Every player performed very well, and that was something spectacular to actually look at for, because everyone has been talking about what Africans can do against the European teams. And having Monarch, which has a South African-based player, coming up with Exclusive was one big news, and it has been the talk of the community for days now. Also, nonetheless, fast forward, they've decided to merge with Bear Clan. I mean, it was a surprising news, but just some few hours ago, it came confirmed that Monarch has merged with Bear. We don't know whether they are going to play as Monarch or they are going to play as Bear Clan. So we are waiting to see what the news feed brings to us, and we'll definitely update our listeners and viewers as well.
For sure. We love when we hear all of those stories about the African teams doing amazing things. Speaking about Africa, let's come back to home soil for this one. Back home here in Ghana, we've already spoken at length about the news of the Carry1st Africa Qualifiers. It's Ghana's turn. It's our turn to also host our qualifiers, and I'm hearing we are putting things in place. Just give us a little bit of the gist about how we are preparing towards that and the teams that are looking favorite.
When we come to Ghana, everybody knows that our 233 are the best team in Ghana. But then surprisingly, this year, the qualifiers that we have, some teams have actually sprung out and they are performing very well. So we have our 233, 31 North, and B6 being one of the top teams that have been competing in the qualifiers that we have. We've seen 31 North nuke a team that they played in the qualifying rounds. Then we had our 233 double nuking, choking the third one. I mean, that should show you how good these guys are. So they are really, really keeping the competition very tight. We are looking forward to the finals. Definitely, it's going to be between our 233 and then 31 North. They will know which team has the potential to qualify and have that slot for the stage 4 of the Call of Duty Mobile qualifiers for the champs that we have which Carry1st is the one taking lead in Africa. And the land, as we confirmed last time, in Nigeria. So everyone wants to book their ticket and go and play in Nigeria. And as you know, Sly, I'm part of the management of 31 North. I'm also part of the management of R233. No joke. So we are everywhere. So we just want the best out of the community. And I love it that there's competition out there. Everyone is looking forward to the finals that will be played because that is when we will know what the boys or the men are being made up of in Ghana.
I mean, there's a saying that iron sharpens iron, and if we've got a lot of great sides, then I mean, we are sharpening our best and then getting our best foot forward. That's it for the Ghana front. Let's head on to the Garena Stage 2, which they just finished, and now the qualified teams are set to play Stage 3, and then all of the build-up coming towards that. I mean, the teams that are going to play Stage 3, talk us through the teams that have money to qualify and how the Stage 3 is looking like right now.
So we have Garena taking control of the Asian sides of things over there. And teams have actually qualified for the Stage 3, which is going to compete. But then the Stage 3 at that side is going to be played as national qualifiers. You know, just as we have Carry1st doing in Ghana, in Africa, we have Ghana playing their qualifiers. We have Nigeria, South Africa teams playing their own qualifiers in their country. Garena also has a structure like that. The only difference is that with Garena, you can pick players from other countries to join your players in playing the qualification rounds as well. But in Africa, it's strictly by that country. You need to be a citizen from that country to play. So with Garena Stage 3, we have the Thailand side where Ace Gamers is actually has been outsourced to. Ace Gamers is there. They'll be playing their Stage 3 in the form of the Legendary. That's the title that they have for it. They'll be playing that one as Stage 3. Top 2 will qualify for Stage 4. Then we have Indonesia also playing as majors. So this is their major 9 that they'll be playing. Major Series 9. Then we have Taiwan also playing theirs as well. So the qualifications will be going on. So far, we haven't gotten any news from the Philippines, Malaysia, and then Singaporean side of things. But then we are looking forward that it will be done as their Garena Masters 9, as they played their 8th already. This will be their 9th one that they'll be playing, and that is what we are looking out for. After Stage 3, that is when we will get to pick top 2 from each of these countries to represent, and they'll be playing Stage 4. So that is just how the breakdown is for the Garena region.
The roadmap looks clearer than ever. Now, heading on to a tournament that has been announced, and I think a lot of people are looking for it. So that's a $300,000 prize pool right now. They're calling it the Master Cup, already touted as one of the biggest tournaments of the year, with 3 Indian teams set to participate. Tell us any inside info that you've got on that tournament, because that's a lot of money that they put on this one.
All right, now we have the CDM, which is the Call of Duty Mobile Majors, which is being handled by China, played by Chinese teams, and they throw invitations to other international teams as well. Which was just the recent one that we watched, that Wolves won it over there. That was the CDM 9 that they won. So we're looking forward to having CDSI. Then we have CDFI. These are separate tournaments that have been organized in the Chinese region. Now, lo and behold, CDM and then CDSI and CDFI have decided to merge to form what we call the Master Cup, which will be played later this year as a form of their qualification for the World Champs. But then they have invited other teams as well. The third place CDM 9 winners, which is Godlike, will be playing. So will be playing. Accelerate will also be playing from there. We have Duvios and then other Exceed coming from Japan to also participate in it. Now, the community is waiting for Garena's top team, which is Elevate, to be part of this tournament because they haven't been invited. And Elevate, as we know, they are the defending world champions when it comes to Call of Duty Mobile. But then they weren't invited. So we are still looking forward to see if Elevate will be invited to this Masters Cup because it is one of the biggest tournaments. Aside from that, then we have the Call of Duty World Championship as well to be played. Last year, the CDSI Elevate was part of it. We had Garena teams being invited to play some of these tournaments. So it's quite unfortunate or disturbing not to see some of these Garena teams being invited to participate in the tournament, since we are having a merger between 3 organizations, making it very huge. So the first ever one that will take place is going to be a $300,000 prize pool for this tournament.
Massive, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that. We'll be keeping close tabs on that. But around the up for our Call of Duty mobile update, we are hearing former Galleries coach Palitao joins STE as coach of that team now. Speak to us about Palitao's greatness and what he adds to that STE team as new coach of that team.
We know Palitao is one of the best coaches. He has coached Galleries for quite a very long time. Galleries has been number 1 in the LATAM region when we go to the Brazilian side. It was quite an unfortunate news when we heard that he has departed from Galleries. But going forward, he joined PDX, which is an African team. So we thought he was just going to be the coach for PDX, who is also looking forward to qualifying for the World Championship through their Carry1st qualifiers that is currently going on. But then only to wake up today and hear that Palitao has joined STE. And STE is Esports, and they are one of the best teams in the Caribbean region. So Palitao decided to travel to move from Brazil to Africa. From Africa to Asia. Now he's with the Esports team as their coach, and he's very good. Is also a very good team. They've been number 1 of Garena. They are currently number 2 of Garena when it comes to the gameplay, despite their low turnout in the Garena Summer Invitation that they had coming forth. But then it is what it is. They've done very well. This is a team that is hopeful to qualify for the World Championship from the Garena region. So Palitao is a very instrumental in their gameplay and coaching. That is why I think they've gone for him due to the skill set that he's having. So it is a very big news to the community. We are looking forward to see what new gameplay and game plans that the Garena region will be experiencing with the side of Esports.
That's very interesting, and we wish both parties the best, Palitao and then ST. Hopefully they are able to do great things out there as well. But that'll bring us to the end of this week's update. To thank you for every single one of them. We'll be keeping tabs on every single event that is coming up, especially the Ghana qualifiers, which are ongoing, and the teams that are looking to also do great things, and of course the Africa qualifiers to come later on. So once again, thank you, Calebson, and see you same time next
Thank
week.
you, Slimer. Bye.